Congratulations officially, because season 2 was picked up, and
Yes.
knew this was gonna happen, I feel like, months ago. Are you on that set right now? Is it your
No, I'm currently, today is one of my days off, which is
Okay.
nice. But yeah, everybody's shooting today. I am not on my days off. Usually I'll go and get COVID tested, so I'll visit set. I'll say hi to everybody. So I'm gonna do that after this.
What is it like to resume shooting, I mean, amid a pandemic? What kind of protocols are in place?
It's definitely different, for sure. It feels, obviously with all the protocols that are in place, they're keeping everyone safe, and it's great. Like we're lucky and very fortunate to be back shooting right now. But it's, filmmaking is a pretty intimate process. You get pretty close to the people around you, and so it does feel like there's a bit of a barrier, between what you're used to and what we're doing now. But at the same time, we're a couple months in now, and so we've kind of found our groove with it. We found our new normal, which is cool because at first you could tell everybody was a little nervous and didn't want to break the rules, and we have zoning on set and everything, and now that we've gotten comfortable and we know what our boundaries are, we're learning how to operate in that and still have a good time. Yeah.
I know you probably can't say much, but I'm gonna try. Where does season 2 pick up? Is there a time jump of any sort, or is it pretty immediate after, the Bahamas and all that?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say. I really don't know. But there is a micro time jump.
Okay, that's fair.
It's perfectly vague.
That's perfectly vague, but I'll take it.
I don't want to pull a Tom Holland
and just ruin everything.
Right. I got in trouble recently for posting something that I wasn't supposed to. So now I'm paranoid.
I won't press you too hard, but has anything shocked you about where this story goes in season 2?
The kind of shock where you turn the page and you're reading and you read that moment and you're like, oh, wow. And then, your mind starts going 1,000 miles a minute because you're like, oh my God, this is going to be so fun to shoot. Oh my God, holy this is going to be fun. And it's going to be shocking to watch as well. There have been a few moments, a few of those moments that we've shot already, and just having shot them and knowing how they look on the day and knowing, how amazing our post-production team is, it's gonna look awesome.
How do the pogs react when they find out that Sarah and John are alive, or does that even get answered relatively quickly?
It does get answered. It's all good things.
Okay. Are John B and Sarah in a good place?
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like how you're trying so hard.
I don't want to give away too much, just because I want people to watch this.
Yeah.
Without knowing too much. I want people to watch this with going into it kind of blind.
Yeah. How would you describe the second season?
Much higher stakes. The stakes are higher.
Okay.
The mystery gets deeper.
I know there's some new cast members, Elizabeth Mitchell being one of them that was announced. What can you reveal about her character? She's a villain, seemingly.
You know what I really love is that she is a villain, but she comes across in a way that you completely empathize with her. It's almost like a Ward situation. I mean, I'm not saying you can fully empathize with Ward. He's not a good guy, but he has reasons for doing things, and I think sometimes you have to have that approaching an antagonist is empathy, for sure. She's wonderful to work with, and she's killing it, truly. So I'm excited for people to see her on the show.
I talked to you before the show came out, and I remember I feel like your Instagram had like 2,000 followers, and now you're like over 5 million. For you, I mean, how has life really changed over the course of these past few months, and like what's that felt like?
It feels like an identity crisis. It feels confusing. It really does, because you know, I don't know, it's definitely, it's new territory for sure. And it's also one of those things where I feel like I meet people and, you know, they've watched the show and I feel bad, because I'm like, I feel like you're really underwhelmed right now. Like, it's interesting. But it's a good time. It's fun. I feel like we've got a lot of friends everywhere. And everybody's been really, really nice and pretty respectful.
There's something about the summer that brings the past back to life.
What's that?
Well, let's talk about this movie. It's called The Giant.
Yes.
And I thought it was creepy, dark, gritty,
Yes.
psychological.
Mhm.
What kind of drew you to the project as you were reading the script?
It was exactly that. It was creepy and it was psychological. It was a real mind twister. It was a real page turner, because I just didn't know what was going to be next. And I love films like that. I love films that really leave you thinking for a couple days afterwards. Like, you just can't get it out of your head. The script was very visceral in that, like, there was lots of descriptives about the kudzu and the cicadas, and that all felt like home. So it was like this weird paradox of like creepy and, you know, the fear of the unknown, but also home.
Emotionally, what kind of places do you have to go to shoot something like this?
When it's an emotionally taxing scene, those are the days that are sometimes a little bit harder to shape than others. It's also very rewarding. It's just like emotional vomit, and it's extremely cathartic. And you know, you have to take a moment after that scene and, you know, like, go find a spot or a corner to just kind of make sure you're good and like check in with yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's like kind of an adrenaline rush, because you're sitting there like, when it feels like you were truthful in that moment, I don't think that there is a greater feeling than feeling like you can walk away knowing you've done good work.